Hello, and welcome to the Rabe Creations podcast. My name's Nicole, and I'm coming to you from Calgary, Alberta, here in Canada, where I live with my husband, Barry, and my beautiful, wonderful, rescued Rottweiler named Grace. So, I am sitting here in my studio today. It is a beautiful day out. I've been working in the garden all morning. The window is open, so you may hear some ambient noise. I apologize, but there's no way I can sit in here with the window closed because it's that nice out, and I'm very excited. So, it's been a hot minute since I've spent any time with you guys. Let me see. Last video I put out was the informational video about craft fairs and some of my experiences and some of my tips and tricks for you. Thank you everyone who watched that video and who gave me great comments and encouragement. It was, well, it warmed my heart. So thank you very much. I'd like to stop right away and welcome all of my new subscribers because I've had a few, and that's very exciting. And I'd also like to, of course, welcome back all of my subscribers who have been with me for a short time or a long time, anytime. I'm happy to spend some time with you. So let me see. I have some acquisitions to share with you today. I have some finished projects to share with you today, and I have it was almost a finished project, so we'll call it a work in progress. Oh, and a future, well, I guess 2 works in progress, but we'll get there. Alrighty, so let's start out by showing you my finish. Let me show you my finishes first. So, first of all, after I did my craft fair, the Maker's Market, I was able to take some time and do some, I don't like to call it selfish crafting because it's not selfish, it's just for me. I had been working, and I'd showed you the beginning of my Key Largo lace wrap. It is a beautiful, beautiful design by Hannah Siegmund of the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast. If you haven't had a chance to pick this up, I do suggest you go take a look at it. I have made mine out of a Sheepius Whirl. The colorway that I used was Mid-Morning Mocha, or Mochino? Mocano? I don't know. Mid-morning, I'm going to call it Mocha. Although, Mocha-roo? Maybe Mid-Morning Mocha-roo. Okay, let's go with that. So that's the colorway I used. I used the entire whirl. I just kept going until I was done. I didn't necessarily make as many rows, or I may have made more rows, I may have made fewer rows, I don't know. I just continued the pattern until I ran out of yarn. So the Sheepius Whirl is a cotton acrylic blend, so it's perfect for this time of year. And here is the Key Largo lace wrap. I am not going to be able to show it to you all at once, so I'll start from one end. So this is where it starts, in sort of a dark brown color. Actually, I think this is the ending of it, in the dark brown. And as you can see, it transitions into a blue, and into a lighter blue, into a gray, into a lighter gray, into a cream, and then into a sand color. So this wrap is almost double my wingspan. And I love it. It's lacy, it's lightweight, and it's cotton. So as I said, it's perfect for this type of weather where you just want to wrap something around your shoulders, maybe to finish off an outfit, but you don't need the warmth. I love the laciness of this. I did not block this piece. I didn't feel it needed to be blocked because it opens up just wonderfully as it is. So there it is, the Key Largo lace wrap by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet podcast. Go check it out. It is amazing. The podcast and the pattern. Alrighty, so my other finish to share with you is a pair of socks. Now, I'm going to show you these socks, and you may say, well, we kind of saw those already, and you kind of saw the yarn, but you didn't see this sock. So what ended up happening is that I wanted to find a pattern that worked well in self-striping yarns. And I bought the self-striping yarn to experiment a bit with before I broke into some of my hand-dyed, more expensive skeins. The pattern that I had originally been trying and that I shared with you on this podcast, I really didn't like how it worked out. So I ripped it all back. I had just about completed one sock and I didn't like it. So I ripped it all back and tried a different pattern. So this is a pattern out of the Ron Strong Step Into Socks book, slightly modified. It has a very interesting stitch along the top of the foot where it almost looks knit, a side-to-side knit, and a very long heel because of the lack of stretch. The heel is just done in a single crochet, so the lack of stretch made him design a longer heel and a little cuff. So they are shorty socks. And I really liked how this turned out. However, this stitch across the top threw off the self-striping yarn. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to modify it a little bit for the next one, and I'll show you the next ones in my works in progress, which is coming up next. So yeah, I'm quite happy with these. The fit is good. Yeah. So that is my first pair of self-striping socks. And then apparently the sock mojo is high with me because I started another pair of self-striping socks. So, give me 2 seconds. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to run out of video, not going to run out of space. I'll be right back. All right, so let me show you my second attempt, and they were so close to being a finished project. I was contemplating postponing podcasting in order to finish these and show them to you as a finished object, but I knew I would run out of podcasting time. So let me see. Here is, other than the cuff not being seamed together yet, here is my second attempt at self-striping socks. This one has a little bit of a longer leg on it, and with the amount of yarn I had left, I could have made significantly longer, but I'm experimenting right now. So this colorway is absolutely amazing. So the self-striping colorway is a colorway, it is a hand-dyed sock yarn by Louise at the Wool Baron. If you're watching, hi Louise. She is an amazing dyer, and she has really specialized in self-striping, and her self-striping is absolutely amazing. I've seen so many people do amazing self-striping socks with her colorways in knit, and I've been so desperate to figure out a pattern that would work for crochet, and so far I'm really liking this. So it is based on the other one that I showed you. However, as you can see on the front of this sock, it does not have that patterning. So the entire foot of the sock is worked in an extended single crochet, and it gives it stretchiness that you need in a sock in both directions, and that's fantastic for socks. Usually crochet stretches just in one direction, not in two, so it's nice to have that extra stretch. Now, the toe and the very cuff is a mini from Stash, and I'm going to suspect that this mini was actually from Louise as well, because the match to color is absolutely perfect. The heel is just part of the striping. So you can see it's got that little bit of a darker blue, and then the lighter blue, which corresponds to the toe and to the cuff. It's exactly the same color, so it worked out amazingly well. And miracle of miracles, are you ready for this? Not only, this one, as you can see, I'm just about done the cuff, but not only do I have a pair of, self-striping socks, they match. I don't know how it happened, but they match exactly. How fun is that? I am so excited. I have wanted self-striping socks forever, and it worked. So my sock mojo is so high right now because this worked. So thank you, Louise, for your wizardry with your amazing yarn dyeing, and thank you, Ron Strong, with your wizardry for your amazing sock patterns that I modified slightly. But yeah, I am so excited by these. I will post some pictures of them nicely on sock blockers on my Ravelry page. Yeah, but how cool is that? If you have not checked out Louise's shop, she does sell yarn on Etsy, and I strongly suggest you go check out her self-striping colorways. I have never seen another dyer who does them as well as she does. And she's local. So let me see. That is my work in progress. That's almost a finished project. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk about quickly is I want to say thank you. I want to thank everybody who has gone onto my Ravelry page or gone onto my Etsy store and purchased the DRC market bag pattern. It has done extremely well, better than any of my other patterns, and I'm thrilled. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting me and purchasing that pattern. My only request is that as you make your market bags, if you could please make a Ravelry page that you link to the pattern. If you want to help me out as a designer, that really, really, really does help to make the pattern more accessible, I want to say, but that's not the right word. But on Ravelry, as people are looking at the pattern, if they see that more people have made it, they're more likely to buy the pattern as well. So thank you to everybody who's purchased, and I look forward to seeing your finished projects. On that note, I was so excited about the DRC market bag that I've decided to design a second bag. So the second bag I'm designing in using Caron cotton cakes. I am really loving the cotton cakes. They work up as well as the cotton cakes from last year. In fact, I believe they're exactly the same makeup. The colorways, however, are different, and the balls are bigger this year than they were last year. So this is the colorway that I am designing my bag out of, and it is called Nested Blues. I really like this, and it reminded me of sort of a stormy beach is where I went with this. So let me show you so far what I've got, a little bit of a sneak peek of my new design. So this one is based on a round bottom as opposed to the last one, which was a granny square bottom. As you can see, the wonderfulness of this yarn as it works up, I just love it. And then as I'm moving up the sides, I am introducing this shell pattern. I have not yet named this pattern, but it will have something to do with the sea, the ocean, shells, the beach, something about the beach. Yeah, so that's the beginning of the next market bag. Well, I guess it could be a beach bag too. So I'll stay tuned for further updates on that project. Alrighty, so on to some acquisitions. Okay, so it's been a while since I've shared any acquisitions with you, and I do have a few. So let me just pop open my soda water. Sorry for that, I'm sure that was very loud and unprofessional. I love soda water. Plain old, unflavored club soda water. My favorite. So let's get into some yarny goodness, shall we? So first of all, my next markets that I will be doing will be fall and Halloween based. So I'm going to start working on some of my projects for that. I am going to do up a couple of the Lost Souls skull shawls. They went very well last year, so I am going to do up a couple this year. And when I was at Michael's today, because Michael sent me a coupon that said, last day to use 40% off 2 things at Michael's. So, of course, I had to go to Michael's. And I got another ball of the cotton cakes that I'm designing the bag out of. And then I picked up this behemoth. Are you ready? What? Look at the size of this. So this is called an Endless Impeccable. So it's that impeccable acrylic yarn that I tend to favor from Michaels. It is a Loops and Threads product. It is the same as the impeccable yarn that I use for my amigurumi, except that it's a huge, huge ball. I mean, it is huge. The color is lavender. And in this ball, there are, where did it tell me how much it was? One ball, 800 grams. Oh, where's the meterage? Oh, there it is. It is 1,637 meters or 1,790 yards in one ball. That's crazy. That's huge. And I got it on a really good deal because not only did I have my coupon, but the cashier did some witchcraft at the till and I got even more off. So yay for the cashiers who like to save people money. So that is exciting just because of the size of it. Normally I wouldn't show you my impeccable yarn, but I was just blown away by the size of that ball of yarn. All right, so the next thing, one of my local yarn stores, and I say one of because I am blessed to have more than one in the city that I live in. One of my local yarn stores was getting ready to do an inventory. I apologize if you can hear the plane out there. Getting ready to do their inventory. And they decided to have it was either a 3 or 4 day massive yarn, actually everything sale. So it was 30% off anything in the store. Just come on in, buy it so we don't have to count it kind of thing. So of course I went. It is a store that is just off of Calgary's downtown in the Inglewood area, and it is called Stash, appropriately enough. And I stumbled across this. How gorgeous is that? So it is by the Mineville Wool Project. Out of, I believe it's out of Eastern Canada. It is a merino single ply DK. I love single ply. It is my favorite type of yarn to work with. It is 100% merino wool, and it is superwashed. I got 8 skeins of this. 8. Now, each skein is 100 grams or 200 meters. So I have 1,600 meters of this beautiful, beautiful yarn. So it is on a light yellow. I'll pick this one to show you because you can see most of the colors. It is on a very light cream base, and it has some mustardy type yellow in it as well as some gray speckling. And this just spoke to me, in volumes. So I figured, you know what, if it's speaking to me that hard, I'm going to get a sweater quantity, and that's what I did. And I believe I will have enough of that yarn now to do the Envision cardigan. It is a design by Heidi May through the velvetedcorn.com. It is available as a paid pattern on Ravelry. I didn't print off the front page with the picture on it. But here is a little picture. I don't know how well you're going to see it. But as I said, it is available on Ravelry. So go take a look, and I'll link it down below. So that's the Envision cardigan by Heidi May. And I should have enough to do that cardigan. I am so looking forward to it. I absolutely love this yarn. It is just soft and squishy, and it smells so woolly, and yeah, I love it. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful sweater project. 2 other things to show you. Yeah, I've bought some yarn lately. So at the market that I was vending at, the Spring Fiber Festival here in Calgary over the Mother's Day long weekend, or Mother's Day weekend, I guess it wasn't a long weekend, the booth next to me was a yarn dyer out of Edmonton. And it's a mother-daughter team who dye yarn. Their company is called Over the Moon Yarn. They are very, very new to the game. The Mother's Day market that we were at was their first ever yarn show. They've been selling online for a while, but it was their first ever yarn show. So I was very proud and excited to meet a up and coming amazing new dyer. So my goodness, English. I bought 2 skeins of their yarn, and here they are. So the first one was one of their sale skeins. It is a base that they're no longer dyeing on, but this is a good indication of their amazing use of color. They have some incredibly bright colorways, which, I'll be honest, is not necessarily my jam. I like very subdued colors, but there was just something about this one that spoke to me. I think it is absolutely beautiful. So if I didn't tell you the colorway already, which I'm not sure I did, it is called Intergalactic Cocktail. It is a 75-25 merino nylon 3-ply, fingerling weight, 100 grams, 400 yards. Yeah, isn't that pretty? Bright orange, greens, yellows. There's that orange again. Oh, this is going to be fun to work up. I'm really looking forward to see what this does. And then they tempted me further with this wonderful, wonderful skein of yarn. So this is their Aran base, and it is 100% superwash merino. It's 100 grams and 181 yards. The colorway is called Titan. So all of their colorways have things to do with space because Over the Moon yarn, it all makes sense. This colorway is amazing. It's a gray base with specks of reds and blues throughout, and it is just the softest. Wow. This is going to make one heck of a cowl, or perhaps a hat. I'm not sure yet. But I absolutely adore this yarn. And as I said, Over the Moon Yarns, brand new yarn dyer out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Please go check them out. I will link them below. Give them some yarny love. They are the mother of the mother-daughter combo. Used to do a lot of crochet, doesn't anymore because it was really bothering her hand, but they were super open to all of the ideas that I threw their way about incorporating crochet into their business, including doing things like crocheting up samples. I showed them some examples of crochet socks, and they were very interested in that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm thrilled. They are amazing, and I strongly suggest that you go check them out. So that's Over the Moon Yarn, and it's available online. I will link it below. So I am almost finished for today. I just wanted to talk briefly about the make-along that is still happening on Ravelry. So one moment, and I'll be right back. So, the make-along. Over the past almost 2 months now, we have been running a make-along over on Ravelry, on the Rabe Creations Ravelry page, about amigurumi. And I have to say, there are some absolutely amazingly talented watchers of this podcast because, wow, You guys have done some amazing amigurumis and have posted them. And I get so excited every time a new one comes up. I'm seeing lots of amigurumis being made in thicker yarns, which is really interesting. But all different kinds, all different styles. If you haven't checked it out yet, go take a peek, see what people are doing. And if you still got some time, I am having this make along go until midnight on the 31st of May. So you've still got some time to sneak in some projects. Yeah, the only qualifier is that it's a soft toy, so it can be knit or crochet. And that it needed to be started during the period of the make along, which started at the beginning of April and goes through the end of May. So as long as you had started the project somewhere within that time period and finished it, you can definitely partake in that make along as a finished object. But even just come on over into the chatter thread. I'd love to see you over there. And there is also an Instagram thread, so don't forget to attach the Instagram hashtag to that as well. I will link everything down below. There's no point in me trying to say it because I will say it incorrectly and lead you on a wild goose chase, which is no good at all. All right, so let me see. In conclusion, wrapping things up, did want to quickly mention that there are all kinds of goodies over in my Etsy shop, and I would absolutely love for you to come take a peek. I have a multitude of my jumbo project bags are in there right now, and I will be posting some on-the-go bags sometime this week. Will go into the shop as well. So there's lots and lots and lots to choose from in there right now. And I've actually put in some of my children's-sized Mandela vests as well. So go take a look. Tell me what you think. Let me see. Is there anything else that I need to chat to you about today? I don't think so. I think that's it. So again, thank you very much for dropping by. I am so glad that you chose to spend some of your crafty time with me here at the Rabe Creations podcast. And yeah, thank you again for watching. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share if you can. Let your other yarny friends know about my channel if it's something that you would like them to see as well. All right, I think that's all. I think that's it. I will bid you a fair adieu, and I will see you again next time. Until I see you again, though, keep on crafting, have fun, take care of yourself, and be kind to each other. Bye now.